Hello and welcome to Nowurlearning eCenter and eSolutions. In this tutorial we're going to show you how to navigate and use the Gradebook. So once you have successfully logged in, you'll be redirected to the home panel, and in front of you you have your modules to choose from as well as the links in the left hand menu. So you would want to click on Gradebook, and here you now have the modules in front of you that are associated with the Gradebook. Starting with steps to grading, just in case you don't have time to watch the tutorial, you can click here and see the steps in order to successfully use and complete your grading period. The first step is to truncate all results. So we'll go here to the trash can. Now, the grading system of this portal has multiple databases. For the grading system, the databases that are used only affect the grading system. So deleting any information out of here does not do anything or delete any information from the student records, staff records, or staff scheduling. There are 3 databases associated with the grading book, and that is the Scantron results that you're going to upload, the teacher list that you're going to upload, as well as the overall results being calculated in another separate database. So when you come here and you clear out that information, again, you can feel assured that you're not affecting your regular student records or your regular staff records whatsoever. So for this tutorial, we're going to go ahead and clear these out. So you'll click here. Once the page reloads, then you'll go to the next one and the next one. Okay, so the next step is go to student list. Click here, and the student list you can bring over in 2 ways. Either we can import all of our student information by clicking import now, or we can upload the student list. The difference in the two, if it's a regular round where all your students are going to be a part of the grading system, then you would just want to import that information. If you have a round where it's only a partial round, or it's during the summer school or in between a break, then you'll click here, upload student list. This way you're only going to upload the students that you want affected in the grading system. The CSV file needs to have 12 columns. They are student ID, first name, middle name, last name, company. Score and status are information we don't have at the moment because we haven't graded anything. So those 2 columns need to should be left blank. Then you would start the next column, current round, current book, current room, current teacher, and testing period. Do not save those headers. We do not want this information into the database system. Okay, so once you have that file, you click here and then upload it. But for this tutorial, we're just going to import the records. So we'll go back up top where it says import student list. Click there, and we're going to import our student list. And it says successful, and this is our information that we brought over, all 240 cadets. Okay, and again, there's no score or status, and none of this other information has been inputted quite yet. Next step, we're going to come here to the menu where it says Scantron. Click there, and now once the Scantron has read the scores for each class, we'll take that information and upload it into the system. Now the Scantron results must be saved as CSV files with 3 columns: student ID, student name, and score. And again, do not save the headers. Why? Because the student ID we had put into the database system to be a unique ID, so we don't have duplicates going into the system. If you upload headers, the database, what it's going to say is, we're not going to accept another class because we see student ID being repeated, the word student ID. So if I upload my CSV file, it has the headers, and then I upload another class and it has the same headers, you're going to get an error report saying invalid entry or duplicate entry. Why? Because it's reading that header twice, and it's not going to let you do that because the student ID needs to be unique. So we'd upload this information. So we have a demo we're going to do. So let's see, we'll use this one here, and we're going to choose that one and upload, and our records have been added. So for each class, once you have uploaded them, the next step would be to print out the results to give to the officers. So we come here where it says printing panel, click, and we go to print class scores. So I believe that was that class there, and now we have our scores in front of us, the class average overall, the current book, room, and teacher that they had, and the current round and testing period. So you Control P or Command P depending on which operating system you're using. So let's go back. So once we have that printed out, we go back to Scantron and continue to upload our classes as they come off the machine, and score them and print them until we have completed everybody. Once all records have been uploaded into the system, you'll want to go to the teacher list. Now the teacher list, it's going to reflect the teaching schedule that you have in your staff records. If all that information is correct, you're just going to import now. In another tutorial, I'll show you how to edit the teaching schedule. But if that information is correct, you just hit import. Again, if it's a round that you're grading that's for whatever reason is different than the other rounds, meaning you have less teachers that are involved, then you would upload teacher list through a CSV file according to your needs at that time. Again, CSV file, no headers being saved. This one has 5 columns, and the columns are listed here so you know what information to put into there. Okay? But for this tutorial, we're going to import those teachers. So we'll click up here where it says import teacher list and click import. Okay. Now, we have one student so far who has failed. So we're going to be redirected to this page. And this page, what we're going to do is edit anyone who has failed the exam or anyone who is absent in the exam. And at the bottom we can see our score, our classroom board. So we have our class, how many students are currently in there, as well as which book they're studying. That way we know how many students to put into a classroom so we don't max out or go over, and that we put the student into the classroom with the right book. So this student, he failed. He's going to be matching his current book is the same as his new book because he failed the class. So we click here, edit, and we're going to put him into another class. Just for the example, we're just going to pick the next class and click edit. So now he goes down to 0, and we have here where it says he's in that class. Now once we're down to 0, we're going to click here where it says update list, and what that will do is assign a teacher to all the students we just made the edit to. And for this tutorial I'm not going to click here because I don't want to, we have live data we don't want to mess with, but you would click here, update that list, and then go to grading results, and all our information will be here accordingly. Okay. Now obviously it says need a new teacher, well, because we didn't update the list, so that will populate once we update our list. If any of this information you think is incorrect, you can click here and edit, and you can edit any of the highlighted cells. The ones that are white you cannot edit. So say the student's score was wrong, we need to fix it. His status didn't come up correct, his new book is not correct, or his room or teacher is incorrect. We write in the right information and click edit. But we're going to go ahead and cancel that. Okay, and you can sort this information through IDs, company. You can search students. You can search by how many students failed. You can filter that, and then bring you down to that list, whatever. Okay. Now, say this information, for whatever reason, was corrupted, or you have to make a huge edit. You would go to Reprocessing Results and follow these steps. So the first step is, one, download the complete results into Excel file just to make sure you have them saved. So you'd click here to download those. You'd make your necessary adjustments to the Excel file and then save it to your desktop as a CSV file. Then what you'll want to do is clear out all the information that's in the Gradebook database system. Once that is clear, then you would upload your CSV file, and any of those corrections that you made outside will now show up into the grading system database. Okay. So the next step after that, if you don't need to use the reprocessing, say all our grades are done, class listing is done, scheduling is done, then we can look at our overall results and print those out. So here what it's going to show is how many students you had total, how many took the test, what was the passing rate overall, how many passed, how many failed, how many were absent, and the different percentiles, as well as how many students we need to have in our tutoring program. Everything checks out okay. You would click here, print, and you would get this printable version. You can choose either way, landscape or portrait. We're going to go ahead and exit out of this. Okay. Underneath overall results, we have our printing panel. So if we click here, now we can print a teacher list, which we can put on the boards in the teacher room, also in our main offices, or give it to the officers. So if we click here, right now, because we haven't updated our information, but you'll have all the teachers, what classroom they're going to be in, what book they're teaching, and how many students are in that classroom, and the current round. Again, it's not showing here because we haven't updated our teacher list. Let's go back. Okay, print results by instructor. If we click here, now we have a list of all our teachers, their classrooms, how many students they have, how many passed, how many failed, and what was the percentage for that classroom, as well as an overall percentage out of all our cadets. Again, Control P would print this out, or Command P. Let's go back. Printing class scores, we should have already printed those out as we were grading. Print the class list. This is the list that will actually go onto the doors so the students or cadets know which classroom they're going to be in. So this shows up in a nice printable version. Again, Control P or Command P to print. Going back, we have now our attendance sheets, so that way we can either also put these on the door for the teacher, as well as give a copy to the officers as well, and keep them in our main office. So we click here. It's going to show you what's going to be printed out as the attendance sheet. You have all the students that are going to be there, which book number they're in, which round, testing period. Obviously those are not showing right now because we haven't updated our teacher list. And once we do that, we'll also have the teacher's name at the bottom. Again, Control P or Command P to print those out. For the demo version right now, you have to print the attendance sheets out one by one. So eventually this will have a list of how many classes you have to print out, and just hit go to view each one. Okay. Underneath the printing panel in our menu, we have download files. So once everything is said and done, all our records are there, we printed all our sheets. Now you want to come here to download everything into Excel, so you have your records saved for that grading period, as well as you can begin to manipulate new lists that you need for sectioning off the students that need extra tutoring, or if you want to view it in any other kind of format in Excel. So again, after everything has been graded, you'll want to back up your information, so download it here in Excel and save it on your um, hard drive. And it also gives you the an option for downloading in a PDF file. So if you click here, this is all the information that will come up. You can scroll down. This will be all our list. Again, Control P will print this out, or Command P. Okay. In the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to take this information before you delete it and transfer it over to the main student files or student records. Any questions or comments, click down here at Help Desk and send us a quick email. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching and enjoy.